So my name is Jan Willem. I'm a CEO, co-founder of eProd Solutions. We offer a supply chain management platform in Africa. Our clients are farmer cooperatives, food processors, commodity traders. We have developed a platform in 2004, basically for my own company that had a big outgrower scheme. And these are some of the farmers that the company still works with. We needed a platform that would manage farmer registration, field inspections, collections, payments, traceability, contracts, communication, and also actually loans. So this is the platform that we commercialized in 2016. In the meantime, me and my wife, we have grown the company basically ourselves without external financial support. We are a profitable company. We work in more than 30 different sectors and 16 countries in sub-Saharan Africa. We link through our platform about 350,000 farmers to structured markets. This year, we expect a turnover of around $700,000 US. So far, we have used the system to manage basically supply chains, but we see an opportunity where we link farmers to financial institutions. So this is actually very important, and we see that we have the potential to do it. We are basically doing it already, but we need to make some adjustments. So there would be a new module in the system called eProd Cash. So we see a market opportunity for this, only in Africa alone, for 26 million per year. We would need to make some adjustments to the platform, specifically on managing data privacy when we do the KYC exchange, but also easy integration, interoperability through APIs, and some verification and authentication steps. We are doing already pilots for this with MasterCard and LendAccess. So we actually have a lot of experience. We work with many different banks, probably about 30 different banks in Africa. So we expect that after the investment that we need to make, we will be profitable, highly profitable after 3 years. And we expect that by 2027, we will reach about 4,000 clients in Africa alone. So therefore, we are looking for commercially minded investors that care about environment, social, and governance. And we want to raise $3.5 million in equity or partially in debt finance to develop eProd Cash and roll it out. So millions of farmers can actually reach access to finance. We need to expand our team, specifically at the C-level. We have several positions that we need to fill. And we need to continue marketing for our growth, specifically in West Africa. So together we can reach millions of farmers and make sure that they have access to finance. Thank you very much. Do you have any questions?
Thank you, Jan Willem. Any questions from the sharks that you would like to ask Jan Willem? You can unmute yourself if you want. You don't have to raise a hand.
I have one question, Jan Willem. What is your business model?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have different revenue streams, or who are paying your fees?
So we have an annual license fee. It's tied to the number of producers that supply our clients. Roughly, it comes to $0.50 per farmer per year for bigger companies. We have some revenue from basically training and implementation costs in the first year, and we have sometimes revenue from specific developments that we do for clients.
Does that answer your question, Michiel?
Yes, thank you very much.
Okay, perfect. Any other questions from the sharks?
Hi, this is Jahan here. Hopefully the dogs and the cats at the back don't feed in. Patricia, for the sharks, is it just questions or is it feedback as well?
Well, if it's feedback on the pitch, it's not necessarily. the case. It's not because you don't have like a jury function, but if you have a winning tip, of course you can always do that. But it's more on the details of the pitch, so more about the conduct of the company.
Okay. I just kind of had a big question in my head, like what exactly does eProd Cash look as a product? Mostly because I see that the fundraise is to build eProd Cash, but at least for me the explanation wasn't really there yet.
Okay, so eProd is an existing platform. It has been there for many years, and it's used in 16 countries in 30 different sectors. So we are investing in a new module that would link specifically farmers to financial institutions. So KYC can be exchanged easily. So that is besides managing the daily operations for the aggregators that are buying from the farmers, basically. So it's additional functionality to the platform.
I have a question as well. First of all, thanks for your pitch. It was very interesting. My question is actually about the ease of use of the products. I can imagine the farmers in this area are maybe not as used to work with digital platforms as we are in our country here. So can you maybe give a little bit of, maybe the feedback you received so far from the different farmers from working with your platform so far?
Yeah. So in our case, the platform is designed to manage the sourcing and other operations with farmers. So it's the staff of the farmer cooperative or the trader or the food processor that is using the system. The farmers do not directly log into the system.
Okay. And the feedback so far on the ease of use, even though it wasn't the farmers?
Well, we have a good retention of our clients, so they must find the use convenient at least. So we do focus a lot on the client support, especially in the beginning. So we have back office support is included in the license fee. We spend a lot of time on the intake process because we are introducing a supply chain management platform, an ERP, which is more something like an SAP or Oracle application that manages many aspects. A lot of our clients, they're very informal. They have the first experience with us with digitalization. So we need to do a lot of hand-holding, for example, design the organogram or the table of authority, things that they have never really had to think about. But now, because of the ERP, they are forced to really analyze their own processes. So we have a lot of strength there. And we focus a lot on that. So for the clients, we can coach them. Even the system can work fully offline, but we can help our clients with the basically the daily operations from a distance.
Clear, thank you.
Thank you for the question. Peter.
Yeah, I have two questions. One of them is what kind of shareholders or what kind of investors are you looking for? Are you purely looking for financial investors, or also people who bring other things like smart capital?
So ideally, we would work with an investor that has basically a like-minded network. So, for example, a financier that also invests in our type of clients, because there would be lots of synergies. Our system can help collect a lot of information of, for example, producer organizations. So if we have an investor that also introduces invest at the same time in these producer organizations, we can shed a lot of light on what is happening inside. So if on one hand, for example, you finance capital for those producer organizations, and at the same time they use eProd as a management platform, there would be enormous synergies. And also for us, for us it's relatively difficult to knock on the door, especially of farmer cooperatives, member-based organizations. But a lot of you investors have this kind of network, so we can benefit from that. We don't need to talk to them for years and still risk that they don't buy the system. And at the same time, you can benefit from those organizations using the platform. And so our ideal investor would have such synergies.
Okay, clear. Thank you. The other question is, do you have any experience or do you have any familiarity with carbon credits or carbon insetting in your platform?
Yeah, so we actually organizing for USAID for the Congo Basin a series of webinars. We just completed the first one. We were asked to invite a number of like-minded partners. I think somebody left the phone here. Sorry. So somebody, sorry, I'm in an office of actually one of the people in this meeting. So some phone rang. So I'm saying that so we have a number of partners like Rabobank, for example. With Acorn, we're discussing some pilots with the Acorn platform, but also with Bühler. Bühler is a Swiss company in manufacturing milling equipment, but they have tools to measure carbon footprint. We have other partners that do mapping of trees, things. So together we're working on solutions specifically where we can ensure that benefits from the carbon also really reach the farmers. We work, for example, in the cocoa sector on Ivory Coast, and we see that often the trader who is mapping the farmers also directly receives the carbon credit. So we, with IDH, with Rabobank, we have discussions how we can make this a bit more just.
Right. Thank you.
Yeah, and besides carbon, we also strongly focus, of course, on climate smart agriculture. Most of our solutions, with the integrations of the models of some of the CG centers, we can push very localized advisory services, for example.
Okay, so we have 3 minutes left, and we have 2 more questions. Hans, you also had a question, but I see your hand is gone. Oh, you don't have a question anymore? Okay, good. Tom, then the last question is for you.
Thanks so much. Hi, Evelyn, how are you doing? I'm just curious about the dependency on local partners for your scaling on the field. So you mentioned just looking for a partner that can help you out with a network, but it seems to me, given the relationship you have with the banks and the other players, how are you going to manage, which parties you will be dependent on to reach that scale, and how are you going to manage them performing for you?
So, I'm not sure if I got the question. I was also disturbed. Somebody walked in. How do I manage the relationship with our financial partners?
Well, first, the question is, how dependent are you on local partners, not to deliver the scale you project? And if so, how are you going to manage them?
Okay, so we have 3 types of clients. We have what we call the bread and butter, those that basically reach out directly to us, usually slightly larger companies. Then we have some clients through public-private partnerships, like NGOs that support the private sector. So they introduce us. Sometimes they finance, for example, part of the first year cost, but our model is, of course, based on a renewable license fee. So we make sure that the clients are happy and continue. And then we have some strategic partners where basically we develop for certain sectors, often with private sector, some integrations, like, for example, in the coffee sector, where traceability is very important. So we work with quite a few commercial strategic partners. We work with quite a few international NGOs, and we have a healthy balance, healthy portfolio of bread and butter clients. So our chief operating officer comes from 26 years in the NGO world, at regional director positions. We have worked a lot with those NGO partners. I think we will be able to scale that.